Louay, thanks very much for being with us. We've had a visit from the UN's envoy so far, and from Valery Amos so far, and an upcoming visit from the envoy Kofi Annan. Do you think these are worthwhile initiatives?
Well, based on previous attempts, they are not very promising. Definitely would like to see peaceful resolution for this conflict, but that means that Bashar Assad and those who are supporting him should step down.
Well, he's not going to. How can one engineer a peaceful attempt when there is such a precondition involved? I mean, Kofi Annan has already suggested that it's time to sit down and talk. Are you in agreement with that?
I mean, these are not preconditions. These are realistic expectations. We have heard talks for the last 11 months, and what we have seen is only bullets and tanks and bloodshed. So a government like this cannot really, ensure a transition to democracy and peaceful resolution. In fact, the president has not even recognized that there is an opposition, that this opposition has right demands, fair demands, and he has called anyone who is opposing him terrorists and traitors.
But if Kofi Annan can persuade President Assad to recognize an opposition and to hold these talks, would you be willing to attend?
I mean, the first sign that he's persuaded him is for the president to come on TV and say that I made mistakes, that there's a need for peaceful resolution of this conflict, and I'll do whatever it takes to ensure that transition, even if I have to step down.
So if he did do that, would the Syrian National Council agree to hold talks?
Well, I mean, definitely no, because, I mean, without acknowledging that there is a crisis, that there is a political crisis, there is no point of talking other than giving.
So I'm not sure what it is you're saying then. You just said if he came on television, said their mistakes have been made and we can sit down and talk, then you would. And now you're saying actually no, you wouldn't. So under what conditions would the Syrian National Council be prepared to involve in dialogue on this issue?
No. I misunderstood your question. If he is going to acknowledge that there is a problem and he is willing to work for transition to democracy, then there would be negotiations with the regime. But that has to happen first.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because the leader of your organization, Mr. Alioune, has said in Paris only a couple of hours ago that he rejects any involvement of Kofi Annan and any suggestion of talks.
Well, he said that. I haven't heard the whole statement, but probably he said something to what I just said, that realistically we are not expecting him to do that because he has not done it. Despite all the opportunities that Bashar Assad has got in the past.
So just very quickly, I mean, you can't see any circumstances under which anything other than a civil war is going to develop, because realistically speaking, as you know, Bashar al-Assad is not going to step down without condition.
Well, we have been, the opposition and SNC has been from day one for peaceful transition, for political solution. The problem is the president is rejecting all of that and insisting on a military solution. And so probably this kind of doubts should be sent to the president himself. The opposition has always been willing to engage in dialogue and transition, but after all that bloodshed, it's clearly that the president is not.
All right, Louay Safi in Istanbul, thank you for talking to us.